Coming up, will TikTok be banned on some phones in Kentucky?
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. A phone app labeled as a security risk by the FBI could soon be banned from all government and state-owned devices in Kentucky if some lawmakers get their way. Senate Bill 20 met strong support in a committee meeting earlier today. Kelsey Soto has more.
TikTok could be shadow banned by Kentucky lawmakers on state-owned devices. Republican Senator Robbie Mills sponsored Senate Bill 20 to remove the video sharing app on government gadgets.
It's a security risk, and sometimes it may seem like just a harmless app. A lot of kids use it. I know my kids are on it and like to watch the videos and everything else, but there's unfortunately, I think, some proven more devious uses of that device than what you see on the top of the surface.
I asked Senator Mills what this means for the future of other similar programs.
That ByteDance actually owns some other, I believe it's kind of a chat app. I think we'll just have to look at those individually. I'm not interested in regulating social media. I just think that when it's a proven fact and other states are doing it, the safest thing we can do is get it off of all of our devices as well.
He assured us this won't impact students' private devices on public networks like on college campuses. But he says he's definitely concerned with the access and control foreign adversaries like the Chinese government could have on private data if not protected. A similar bill has also been introduced in the House. Senate Bill 20 will now eventually move to a full vote on the Senate floor.
That was Kelsey Soto reporting. The measure was met with a resounding 9-0 vote in support by the Senate Committee on State and Local Government. The app has already been banned by the executive branch. A bill to lower Kentucky's income tax advanced at the state capitol today. The issue already passed the House, and earlier today the Senate easily passed the additional 0.5% cut. The goal is to eventually do away with Kentucky's income tax. Part of that revenue is being offset by new sales and service taxes. However, opponents say for every 1% cut, you reduce $1 billion in state revenue.
We don't have huge tourist bases like Tennessee, Nevada, and Florida, and we don't have oil and gas like Texas, Alaska, and Wyoming.
Governor Andy Beshear is expected to veto the legislation, but Republicans have enough members to override that in both chambers. Republican lawmakers are proposing a bill aimed to ban drag shows and curriculum involving LGBTQ policies from schools. Representative Josh Callaway filed House Bill 173 yesterday. It touches on public schools course material, use of pronouns, transgender students, the instruction of race, sexual orientation, and gender identity, and a ban on drag shows in schools. The bill says parents have the fundamental right to make decisions for their child without interference from public schools. There is also a new push to eliminate the sales tax on feminine hygiene products. House Bill 142 is sponsored by Louisville Representative Lisa Wilner. It's not the first time this type of legislation has come up, but it has failed in the past. Representative Wilner says a group of students raised the issue, questioning why products like condoms are not taxed, and yet feminine products are.
I think when legislators hear directly from students, that has an impact. I think we can't underestimate the importance of student voice and the power that students can have to influence change. And I think that's true for our legislators across the board.
Wilner says with bipartisan support, she's hoping this year the bill will be able to move forward.
Well, mostly dry outside, and yes, that is actually a welcome change to the forecast, that the rain is mostly to our west. I think for much of the overnight it'll stay that way, but the possibility will still be there for a few showers. The main headline is going to be the warm and windy conditions heading our way for tomorrow. Here's a look outside right now. Downtown Hazard sitting at 54, several degrees warmer than we should be for highs this time of year. And here we are at 5 after 11. out there just about. No, yes, it is nighttime in downtown Somerset, just waiting for that updated camera view to kick in. It's not quite that dark. 55 the current reading there. Temperatures in the middle 50s in many spots still at this hour. 49 Middlesboro, 48 Jacksboro. I think we're going to continue to see temperatures rise in many spots throughout the night. Couple of showers to our north, but for the most part, the activity has remained to our west. Even some severe weather across the deep south. You see where that low pressure is spinning up into the Ozarks right now. For us, that means just a few scattered showers tonight as those winds kick up toward daybreak. Details on when we return the showers and just how breezy it could get coming up in a little bit. Steve?
Evan, thank you. Rise Disaster Relief and Recovery, based out of North Carolina, still has boots on the ground in eastern Kentucky. The volunteers have helped with mucking out homes, demolitions, and now they say they are focused on recovery, helping with things like insulation and sheetrock. The director of operations says they still see a need and will continue to help.
We continue to do it. We're going to be here for a while. It's hard because we're a very small company and funding is a major issue. We depend on donations from locals. We depend on donations from various companies.
He says they still need monetary donations, building supplies, and additional help is always welcome. New tonight, police are investigating a shooting in Knott County. Kentucky State Police troopers tell us they responded to a call about a woman that was shot inside a home near Heinemann Elementary School. Troopers also tell us they have arrested a suspect. The woman was taken to a local hospital, but we do not know her condition tonight. Since last year, the Martin County Sheriff's Office has seen numerous cases of copper thefts across the county, with the department arresting 13 suspects in the last few months. Martin County Sheriff John Kirk says people are acquiring the copper through cable and phone lines. People are cutting the lines, retrieving the copper, and then selling it to scrap yards for up to $4 a pound. This is not only an inconvenience for customers, but it can also be very dangerous.
There was one citizen in the county that said they had been out for almost a month. So they lost internet and phone. It affects their children's schoolwork. They can't do homework, they can't do schoolwork. But more importantly, it affects their ability to call for emergency services. If they're having a medical emergency or a law enforcement emergency, they have no way of contacting anybody and getting any help.
Those with the Martin County Sheriff's Office say if you see someone who is not affiliated with a phone, cable, or power company tampering with lines, you should call law enforcement immediately. A former Lawrence County prosecutor has been ordered to pay nearly $600,000 after improperly using county funds. In March of 2022, Michael T. Hogan and his wife Joy each pleaded guilty to one charge of wire fraud. Michael also pleaded guilty to theft from a government program. During his time as Lawrence County attorney, officials say he overbilled the state for work collecting child support and used some of the money to pay bonuses to his wife. Michael was originally sentenced to 3 years and 6 months, while Joy was sentenced to 12 months and 1 day. New tonight, a Commonwealth's attorney who was facing impeachment is resigning. Ronnie Goldie is accused of doing favors for a woman facing prosecution in exchange for nude photos of her. He was suspended last September. Yesterday, a House committee voted to adopt articles of impeachment against Goldie. Goldie resigned, though, rather than go through the impeachment process. He represented Bath, Menifee, Montgomery, and Rowan counties. The city of Hazard and Perry County have more than $41 million worth of grants approved, but before they can get that money, they have to go through processes like paperwork and an environmental review. Hazard Mayor Happy Mobilini says he's happy about the grants and they are getting ready to start on a major project that's been in the works for years.
We think within the next month we'll go out to bid, and that will be amazing. That'll give us another 1 million gallons of storage, because the way our water system works, everything starts at the Liberty Street tank. It's a 2 million gallon now, so if we can make it up to 3 million, that gives us more storage.
The mayor says they expect to start all of their projects within the next 3 to 4 years using that grant money. The Pikeville Fire Department has a new addition to its fleet, replacing a more than 40-year-old aerial truck The new truck, built specifically for the city's needs, has a 100-foot ladder and state-of-the-art fire and rescue features. From its water-wielding power to the extra bells and whistles, firefighters say it will help their crews go above and beyond.
With this truck, we actually have Bluetooth headsets. So what that does is it ties into our radio system, so we can not only, if we're out on the fire scene, it goes under our helmets so we can work with them. We can also, if we're pumping the truck or operating the aerial, we can communicate with each other.
Firefighters are training with the truck this week, excited to add it to their arsenal. Coming up on Mountain News at 11, a Kentucky man is trying his hand at survival on a reality television show.
And showers look to continue overnight. Whether they'll have an impact on that morning commute and how breezy it gets tomorrow. Coming up after this.